Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Pep's Corner. Today, we will begin a new book called Plant Cells. We will read from pages 4 through 7 today. Our focus is posted on the screen. Again, boys and girls, our focus is our purpose or intention for reading today. So go ahead, make sure you have your book in hand and are actively following along and reading. Remember to reread a second time for comprehension and be prepared for shared reading. Let's begin. What is a plant cell? There are at least 260,000 plant species on Earth. A species is a group of living things of the same type. Plants range from tiny mosses to giant sequoias. They thrive in deserts, on mountains, and other plants and animals. They float on the ocean surface. But all plants, regardless of size, have one thing in common. They consist of cells. Cells are the basic units of life. The smallest plants have only one cell. Giant sequoias have trillions of cells. Plant cells form roots, stems, and leaves. Plant tissues. Plant cells produce 3 types of tissues, which are groups of cells that function together to form structures. 1. Ground tissue performs photosynthesis, which makes food in leaves. Ground tissue also stores starches and supports plant stems. 2. Vascular tissue carries water and nutrients, substances that help growth and health through roots, stems, and leaves. Vascular tissue is like the veins and arteries that carry blood in humans. And 3. Dermal tissue is like the skin. It covers leaves and stems and protects the plants from invaders. Dermal tissue lets sunlight and carbon dioxide into leaves through small holes or pores. Pores in plant derm tissue also release water vapor, water in gas form, oxygen and other waste out into the air. On page 5, there is another scientist, which you should remember his name from our previous book, Animal Cells. Scientist Robert Hooke. He was the first one to, in English, one of the great scientists. You will see and read that part. Page 6. Where do life processes begin? A seed is planted and its life processes begin. The seed absorbs water and nutrients, which allow the seed to develop into a fully grown plant. At first, the seed sends roots into the soil and a shoot springs up above the ground. As the plant grows, water and nutrients move through the roots and stems to leaves, flowers, and fruit. Are plant and animal processes alike? Eating is a normal life process. Unlike animals, most green plants do not need to find food. They make their own food. They take in carbon dioxide and sunshine, combine it with water, and produce sugars and starches. Plants in motion. To get the most sunlight, plant leaves move to face the sun. This may not be movement like when you move your arms and legs, but it is movement. The more access to sunlight, the more food a plant can make. That food is turned into energy, which cells use to make seeds. Reproduction is the main goal of all plants and an essential life process. In addition to sunlight, plants need a good location to grow. They are sensitive to weather. If there is too much or too little water, or if it is too hot or too cold, the plant will not grow well. Weather, soil, and other conditions need to be just right for plants to produce seeds. Do plants make waste? Animals make and get rid of waste, and so do plants. Plants produce oxygen, carbon dioxide, chemicals, and water vapor. For a plant, oxygen is waste from making its own food. Plants release the oxygen into the air through tiny pores in their leaves. They also release waste through the pores as water vapor. When plants use up energy, they make carbon dioxide. They get rid of extra carbon dioxide like they get rid of water, vapor, and oxygen.